Alright.
In the red, playing as Lytra, we have Dinferno up against M0h1nder playing twins in the orange. So, I'm not sure how this matchup's going to play out. I would favor twins. I think Lytra's one of those commanders that's like, oh, well, she has a lot of potential. And then you think about it and you're just like, oh, like, what does
Yeah,
potential mean?
Lytra is not the most consistent commander.
And I think we're seeing a little bit of an opening error on the side of Dinferno. So, we were talking
You
about it before the game
captured the
started.
tower very early. And I mean, M0h1nder isn't going for the line that will punish Dinferno's opening very heavily. This is like pretty old replay, so those are not going for the more advanced stuff that has been found later on.
Okay, so this could even out fairly okay, but yeah, we're gonna see the yoink from M0h1nder, and there's gonna be a bunch of commanders contesting that lumber mill up against a bunch of swords. And ooh, actually, yeah, his Lytra wasn't able to heal earlier. That's gonna cause some problems, but these swords clashing in the center, and ooh, actually not gonna go for the yoink on the Inferno side.
Yep, doesn't want to feed too much groove, which uh, I think it's a bit of a holdover from like the Wargroove 1 mentality, where a commander hitting a village was a very big deal in terms of groove charge. It's still like somewhat of a big deal in Wargroove 2, but way less so.
Yeah. It really does come down to like you have to like measure up the economic difference, like that big a deal, or yeah. But I mean, we do see Dinferno. You know, they went for that early tower capture. That's actually going to come into play. M0h1nder's actually only is going to get it now though, so not the biggest
Yep.
deal.
I mean, capturing the tower early like doesn't give you more money if you can't build the air trooper earlier.
That's a good way of putting it.
But M0h1nder like respecting Lytra very like a lot. Lytra is alone without support, and look at all the space that M0h1nder gave her.
Yeah, she has groove, so I guess there is a fear of like doesn't want to lose anything big. But I mean, I guess committing over on the left, like you're potentially looking at like going for like a game-winning push, or at the very least doing a bunch of damage.
Yeah, looks like they're both gonna commit pretty heavily to the center, and that archer is gonna put in a lot of work from M0h1nder,
Yeah, that.
and gets that lumber mill cut. Has a lot of money this turn.
Oh, interesting. We're gonna see not actually electing to kill stuff. They could have potentially been killed. So, and even so, like a unit suicide to make that happen. Interesting. And only now are we seeing Dinferno get their commander up to full. Lots of small heals up until this point.
Yep, it looks like M0h1nder has taken position in the center, which will uh, likely give them a small, an advantage at least.
Yeah, and
Well, we'll see how Dinferno responds to this, because like usually it's pretty easy to stand behind the center on this map, but moving past it is dangerous, and ooh, that fire actually dealt quite a bit of damage to M0h1nder's own forces there.
oh right, yeah, like yeah, just clips. Oh, I guess two swords of the knight isn't the biggest deal. Like he managed to hit two knights, two dogs, a sword.
Yeah, and I mean one mage heal and that damage is gone.
Yeah, although not all of it. And as long as the fire stays alive, which I don't think it will, but it did force a lot of units to come forward to deal with it.
Yep. Although Dinferno got a pretty solid attack on the back of this, and they're not exposing themselves too much to kill that fire either. So M0h1nder still has to be careful here, I think. Alright, gonna use the archer to punch through.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the big kill though.
Yeah.
Gets the witch. And now
There
this
is
dragon
like a
can do
mage
no
in the
work.
back, so the dragon can't go in freely, but it's still very nice find.
Yeah. And I can wall against like these knights and yeah. I mean also just killing a witch with a mage is a very good gold trade.
Well, there's the archer for it.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, that archer like can be very valuable because it can kind of just stand behind uh, the center and pelt away at the enemy. I wonder if there was like a Lytra play where you either group the dragon or the mage in range of each other, but M0h1nder didn't go for that at least. Ooh, air trooper crit against dog,
Nice.
countering the counter.
Yeah, these air troopers. There's actually a lot of air troopers. That's something I hadn't really. Like,
Yeah, these air troopers are putting in the work, huh?
yeah, there's a really knight heavy army, and I guess this is like, the holdover from Wargroove 1 was like knight heavy was like really good, but now in Wargroove 2 you can just build a lot of. Oh, we're seeing tier 2.
But tier 2 from Lytra is gonna do a lot.
Yeah, that's.
There's actually quite a bit of damage and also just puts the dragon in, I mean, puts a lot of units in range of Dinferno's army too.
Yeah.
I
guess the
and
fear
all
here
these
is
units, like, you could be worried they're gonna suicide, but they can't because of Lytra's tier 2 effect. They can't attack this time.
Yeah. Ooh,
They can't suicide.
Can they not heal either?
I believe they can. They might not. I didn't test that actually, because usually these units die when I tier 2.
Yeah, so
But
a rare moment of seeing Lytra actually manage to pull off a groove.
Yeah, Lytra tier 2 got a lot of value here.
But overall,
I mean,
they're both pretty even still, I think.
Yeah. I mean, M0h1nder couldn't like follow up after the Lytra group, but Dinferno also couldn't really chase. So they had a weird one turn where they both went like, okay, we stop fighting now. And oh, these units aren't stunned anymore, so we can now suicide into Lytra. Oh no, and Lytra is also on the road. This is scary.
Yeah, and roads aren't as scary as they used to be because dragons got a big damage nerf, but I mean you're still gonna see the air trooper doing like, was it 2 damage if that? But this is gonna be a big hit right now.
Yeah, I'll do like 45 damage.
Yeah, and Commander also does 45, so M0h1nder takes it. And after one of the better Lytra grooves we've seen so far.
Yeah, the better value ones.
Yeah, that goes in the favor of M0h1nder. GG.
Yeah, pretty even game. I'd say M0h1nder had a better position before the fight, but the Inferno probably got better value out of their groove.
Yeah,
But
and
I mean, in the end, like they got better value, so the fight went in their favor. But they couldn't push out M0h1nder from the center, and then after that, the lethal happens from the leftovers of the Lytra group. Funnily enough.
And I think something here to note as well is that this is obviously a bit of an older replay. They weren't doing the optimal openings, so we saw Lytra struggling a bit in the early game because just wasn't able to get the heal at the right time, which is a very key part of this map. Like you want to get when you capture this village down here, you capture it with the sword. Commander heals while they're on the mountain. They go to the right. They take this village. They go up here. They contest the lumber mill, and that's pretty much how the map plays out. I think there's a new version of the map that's being worked on. I don't know if it still has the same opening, but generally speaking, that's the way you play the first 5 turns of this game on this map. And
yep. There's also like a trick you do with the sword where to go capture the lumber mill early before the commander gets to it.
Yeah, and you can even contest the village on the right hand side as well, and or on the left hand side, as the case may be for player 1, player 2. So yeah. But anyway, this is still a very enjoyable game, and there's a lot of cool stuff happening. It was cool to see a Lytra groove that, you know, achieved something, even if Lytra fell pretty quickly afterwards.